Hello! As you can see, half of my hair is trying to poof out more than the other half. I don't know what's happening there, don't even ask. Filming while it's daytime today because I am about to go for a run and I want to film before I ruin what Kendra did to my face. She was doing an assessment thing for her work, I think, so she had to prove that she could do good makeup. I could just be making up all of that. On the bus back from Kendra's thing, I was reading a Halo book. I'm reading the new Kilo 5 book because I like Halo, which I might not have actually said before on this vlog, but I love Halo a lot. It's one of my favourite games, one of my favourite stories, sci-fi stories that is in existence that I know of. And so I'm reading the latest Kilo 5 book, which came out earlier this month I think, and I don't know how I feel about it. One of my favourite characters in Halo is Halsey, because I like her kind of moral ambiguity and how even though she is not particularly a good person, without her humanity kind of would have been screwed over. Without the whole Spartan thing, humans wouldn't exist at the point that they do in Halo. So her kind of character really. They're doing bad things for good reasons. And in this book you can tell the author had a very strong opinion on Halsey, and that is that she is a massive bitch. She uses that word quite a bit in the book. She also kind of gets compared to Hitler at some point, and yeah, not so sure how I feel about that comparison. I get a lot of it's meant to be the character's point of view, but it's presented quite strongly throughout the books that she does not like Halsey. And I get that. I get that she doesn't like Halsey, I get that Halsey isn't a good person and that you're not particularly meant to like Halsey. I don't like that she forces the view on the reader so much when Halsey is such an important character to the series, and there's more to the whole Spartan program than just Halsey kidnapping children. Like, obviously she wasn't the only one that was involved. There were other people higher up that were involved that let it happen, that gave her the money, that gave her the resources. Like, she wasn't the only one that did it, and she wasn't the only one that trained them and indoctrinated them. It wasn't all her. I also don't like how she's making her out to be, how she's making out everyone suddenly to be sentimental. I guess because myself, I'm not particularly sentimental. Like with the Spartans, there's the whole debate going on in the games, at least in Halo 4 and in a lot of stuff that's kind of coming out, of like, are they machine or are they human? And obviously with Master Chief that's a big question because of the whole Cortana thing in Halo 4. In the Kilo 5 trilogy she's making it out very much that the Spartans are humans, which they are, obviously. But I don't think she realises how much that childhood indoctrination and growing up like that would have affected the Spartans. Suddenly Halo's kind of gone from being everyone being military hard-ass but being complex to just being soppy, sentimental characters, which it's not really Halo. It doesn't feel like Halo so much to me. Every other book I read, except for the Forerunner ones, because they're kind of a whole different ballpark. Every book I kind of read was like, most people would die. They would just die. You'd get attached to a character, they'd die a few pages later, because someone would come in and they'd die 2 chapters after they arrive. And so you would get attached to characters, but you would also understand that they would probably die and that everyone had to make hard choices because of that. And even characters you would love a lot would end up dying. And then you read this book, or these books, and nobody really dies. Everyone lives, everyone's happy. I mean, someone could still die before the end of the book, but you have a different sense of safety. Like, you feel like everything's gonna be okay. Like, it doesn't feel like Halo anymore. And I don't like the book because of it, because you feel so safe and everyone is so two-dimensionally good or evil. There's no in-between in this book. And I like my in-betweens, and I like my in-betweens in Halo because Halo has a lot of in-betweens, and that's what is so good about it, is that there's no right or wrong particularly. Like, you get the right is what Master Chief is doing, and that the wrong is, you know, the Covenant killing humans, because we're humans, we're meant to recognise the fact that we don't like aliens killing us. But there's also all the complexities like Halsey and like what Oni does and what some of the Spartans did and all that kind of stuff. And it's not really in there anymore. It's gone. It's just such a flat book. It's so flat. I don't like it. I don't like it. I like the characters. The characters are okay. You get attached to them because they're good guys. They're good characters. But it's not Halo. Everyone's good, but Halsey is bad. Only Halsey is bad. Nobody else is bad. Even the dad who went along and did so much bad stuff was going to glass a whole city on Earth just because he wanted to know where his daughter was. He's not a bad guy. He's a good guy because he was doing it for his daughter. But Halsey, who anything I say there is going to sound like I'm justifying her. I'm not justifying Halsey. Halsey is a terrible person, but I feel like if I was in the same place as her, I would probably do the same thing. So I have a bit more trouble hating her than some people apparently would. Some people apparently have a higher moral high ground than me. I think I would do whatever it took to save humanity, even though it was meant to be the insurrectionists. Humans are not the brightest of creatures. There's my Halo rant for you. I hope you guys like Halo. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. May the force be with you, and I love you guys. Honestly, the whole book though is just the dad going, Naomi, 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 Naomi.